Hey guys, welcome back to Common Lad, where I'm the Common Lad and you're joining me on my journey to make $1 million. Alright, so welcome back to another video here, guys. We got a couple really exciting things going on today. We made a couple more eBay sales. I think we made 6 or 7 of them, so pretty pumped about that. As well as we got some items we're going to be listing up for sale, and we're going to be doing a little bit of inventory management. Also, we're going to be testing stuff. I totally forgot about that. It's like the most important part of the video. We're going to be testing VHS players, some DVD players, stuff like that. If that's something that you want to learn how to do, you can join me along for the ride here as we go when we start to test some of them. It's going to be really exciting though. I tested the phones from the last video and they work, so we're going to get those listed today, as well as the view games. Some of them that we listed last video I believe have already sold, so I'm pretty excited to go see what's sold. Let's go ahead and start looking at that. So same deal, I'm going to grab everything off the shelves here, but I'm just going to bring it all to one location like we did the last couple times. It's a lot easier for me to go through it that way, so let me go ahead and pull all 7 of these orders. So I went ahead and pulled all these items, and this is what we got. 7 sales in total. We managed to sell NHL 10 for $3.99. Metal Gear Rising we got $6.99 for. By the way, in case you don't know, we usually pay around under $2 a game, like almost always under $2, otherwise I'll say it separately. But this game right here we got $5.99 for. Warhawk we got $4.99 for. Excitebots, we just listed this one the other day, got $5.99 for that one. Halo 3 ODST took a best offer for $3.50. And finally, this one we just listed yesterday, got 2 offers in on it, one for $7 and one for $12. I just took the one for $12. I think we had it up for $13.99, $14.99, something like that. So I took the $12 offer, want to get my money out of these quickly, paid $5 though on this top one here. Anyway, pretty good flips there, and I'll get these all packed up and ready to go. But first, before we do that, I did mention I want to do a little bit of inventory management, then we'll get on to testing the other things. But here's the deal. I don't really have any shelf space, and you guys can see I only have like these 3 shelves plus those 2 over there. But I don't really have any shelf space for the like VHS players. Once I list them, like all the stuff that gets listed goes over here. All the stuff that's not listed yet is in this big mess. So I need to make some room somehow. I'm thinking maybe of saving these 2 as video game shelves, so moving all this stuff, that's all wholesale goods, moving that stuff over here. Those boxes are just empty boxes, so they really don't need to be there. And then maybe reorganizing the shelves somehow so we can get a couple empty shelves for just random stuff. Because for the meantime, I've been putting a lot of stuff in here, like a lot of little media in these bins here, but they're kind of, useless. But there's a lot of room that we could definitely make here, so I'm not sure. Maybe we should go ahead here and look into reorganizing it a little bit. I also hit the dollar store, bought a couple more of these bins, just like, I think, how many are there? 4? So yeah, I got 4 more of those. We can start putting some of these items in bins that aren't in bins for some reason, like these ones over here. Yeah, it's kind of annoying because they're hard to figure out what bin they're part of, and there's another one stacked back there. So let me get those bins all organized here. All right, so I got these games put away in the proper bins, as well as the other ones labeled kind of. I'm supposed to do a bunch of print labels like I did for the first ones. I have actually like the format for them and everything, but I've just gotten lazy and just been kind of writing them down, sticking them on there, like the actual labels for the bins. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and probably print some of those out at some point when I have free time, which is usually never, so we'll see. But once I do that, then I'll get some prints. They go on both sides, that way I can flip them whichever way I want or whatever. You know what, this is such a mess though. I'm thinking that, nothing's together. This is the most annoying thing in the world. Maybe these ones are, but like, you come over here, we have 8 next to 16, next to 15, and you can imagine that it takes a lot of time to find things. So I think I'm just gonna pull everything off the shelves and reorganize the entire thing. I know it's gonna take a little bit longer, but I think that's gonna be the best move for us, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, this may have been a really bad idea. I've already made quite the big mess here, just doing this one shelf. This kind of gives you a good idea of how many games though I got. There's some more over there. So I'm just gonna start with this, go from 1 to 18 and put them up on this shelf, and we'll start with that, because I don't want to take everything off until I can get all this stuff sorted out. And there we go. So much better, right? You totally tell the difference. Yeah, it pretty much looks the same. What I've done, I've gone up here though, I've organized all these starting at the top now. I didn't actually use this layer before, I totally didn't even realize that. But anyway, I've got that. So now we can actually fit like, what does that go down to? 24 bins per row. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and just print out more of these actual ones, because these are driving me nuts, because they're not on both sides, so some of these don't even have a label on them. So I'm just gonna go and redo them all. I'm gonna take all the old ones off and get the new ones on at some point. Anyway, for right now, that's going to work. They're all in order, though. That's actually 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, you know what I mean? This goes on. Then I've ended it down here. This used to be all the wholesale stuff. I moved all that over down here. But this is all going to be more inventory bins, so these are just here temporarily, but these will be, 37, 38, the 944, 142. Then if we need more, I guess we'll figure this out, but I'm thinking that's what we'll do for right now. Moving on to this shelf over here, these are all things that we can actually go ahead and start listing. You know, they're all just bins of random. Ooh, that's actually not a bad game. They're all bins of just random games, so that we can start listing from different lots I bought. Maybe just extra stuff that I didn't feel like dealing with at the time or whatever. Or their own little like smaller lots I get from garage selling or whatever. They go in those bins usually. So those are all things I can get to listing at some point. Coming down one, this is going to be a little bit of the painful shelf. This is all stuff that needs to be refurbished. I know, there's quite a bit of it. It's kind of it's a little bit depressing. I don't know. Gotta get the machine though. I'm gonna order one probably next video actually. So I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm going for the, I can't remember the name of it now, the JFJ machine, I think, the Easy Pro. That one looks to be the best one. So I think we're gonna go with that one. I'm gonna go more in depth in the next video most likely, and we will pick one up because this is driving me nuts. A lot of good games too. Battlefront. These are all just from different lots. We got a whole stack. This is all from that big huge lot that we did once on the channel, with a whole bunch of great games. Anyway. Some really cool stuff there. By the way, there's some more lots ending tonight from the Goodwill eBay page. We might go ahead and look at them. I don't really want to buy another lot right now, but we'll go ahead and take a look at them. Anyway, this bin is full of like Zelda, Mario, Wii Sports, ton of really good stuff in there. So I'm pumped about that. The rest of it's all kind of just who knows what. I think there's a couple copies of Minecraft and stuff. Other stuff we can sell. Anyway, let's move on. This is now going to be the shelf for all random small goods that we pick up. So I've got a whole bunch in these bins. Might take them out on the shelf. These are just boxes here for right now. But I've got already the headset in this box for some reason, the shoe box. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of have this all clear. We can put just random stuff on the ground, like the phones, we can just put them right here. Don't even worry about putting them in a box or anything, just do that. Moving on down here, this is where I'm gonna store all of the big VHS players, DVD players, all the electronic items are gonna go down here. Those are my two shelves for all that stuff. So hopefully we'll be able to fit it all. And other than that, I'm running out of shelf space, which is kind of freaking me out. Then since this is already a shelf tour, PS1 games right there, wholesale goods right there, testing rack right there. All right, let's get to testing some VHS players, some DVD players, and whatever else we can find. All right, so let's talk about testing systems now. I've got a couple of systems I just pulled out here. I got this Toshiba DVD player. This was just given to me. I got this JVC player. You guys saw me pick this up the other day for about $5. And this guy was actually free. Let's go ahead. This one's actually, what is this, a digital quartz tuning? It should just be a VHS player. I'm not even sure. I'm not like super genius when it comes to this stuff. I don't know what a lot of it is, but I know that it sells for good money. So we're gonna go ahead and test it. Obviously, this is a basic DVD player. This should be easy to test. All you're gonna need to test these is a DVD. Make sure it's not a Blu-ray unless you have a Blu-ray player, otherwise it won't work. VHS players, all you're gonna want to grab is a VHS tape. Makes sense so far, right? I think so. Also, you're gonna wanna grab one of these guys. This is an AV cable. It's yellow, red, and white to yellow, red, and white. And you're gonna need a TV of some sort to plug it into. All right, so I have the DVD player here, all hooked up, ready to go. No input on the TV, which is very dirty. Anyway, you'll see that I haven't cleaned it at all or anything like that. I try not to do that until after tests, because if it doesn't work, I don't want to spend the time cleaning it and then have it not work. In some cases, yes, you're gonna get dust stuck in the system, which will be preventing it to work, but in most cases, it's not worth cleaning until you know if it works or not. Okay, let's go ahead here and click the on button on this system, see if we can get a signal on the TV. Looks like it's going on. We can see over here, it says, welcome to Toshiba DVD. All right. Now we should be able to see an input on my TV. Every TV is gonna work a little bit different. Whoa, not what I meant to press. There we go. We see component AV comes up. I don't even know how to pick it. Oh my gosh. There we go. Figured it out. So that should load in. I'm not sure how this works. All right, it's switched over to AV. Sorry about the glare. Welcome. There we go. So that's a good sign right off the bat. Your thing works. Now, the thing that you want to test with DVD players is make sure that they read the DVD, obviously. Now, I've actually just got this DVD and I don't know if it works or not, but we're gonna find out here. Press the open or close, make sure that works all great, which it looks like it does. I'm gonna close it now, and you should hear it start to run. There we go, it's running right now, and this has come up on the screen, and bam, it's playing. It is working, and you can see down here that the numbers are going. Usually I let this run for a couple minutes now, make sure everything is all good. This one comes with a remote, which is why I picked it, and this remote's very dirty. Not the nicest remote. However, you do want to test your remote. Make sure that everything's working on the remote as well. Like if we press stop, does it stop? Yes, it does. Okay, and then we can press play. Could keep, or should keep going. It's going. Again, we press stop. I don't actually think you can stop during this part of the movie. Anyway, if you get into the actual movie, try out the remote itself. Make sure that works as well. You don't want to sell the system that's working but have a bad remote with it. And that's pretty much it. I have a question for you guys though. Do you guys send your remotes out with batteries or without them inside? That's what I'm kind of curious about. I always try to send them out with batteries, but then I know that you're always liable for the batteries and if anything happens in transit, blah, 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 or if they're not charged or whatever. So maybe that's not such a good idea. I just think that if a customer buys something and they don't have a battery, it's kind of annoying. Anyway, we can see that the system is working, and it looks like it's playing as well, which is good. One thing I actually totally forgot about as well is the volume. So you just want to plug in the white and red, and the volume is working on this. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the VHS player. All right, so let's talk about this JVC VHS player now. We're simply just gonna go ahead back here. There should be a spot where we can plug in an AV, and I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but that's where it goes, right in here. There we go. And then the red and white would also go in there as well. All right, so we can see that it is flashing. I believe that's because you have to set the time on them. They do that. Anyway, I'm just gonna power it on here. We get the number 2 come up, and hopefully something on the screen. It looks like it is coming up on the screen. Channel 2. So again, I'm not super familiar with these systems, but I don't know what channel 2 means. Anyway, let's just go ahead here and go. We could do a jack, but we don't need to do that because we haven't put anything in it yet. So we're just gonna grab the VHS player or tape. We're gonna try to put it inside. All right, so just simply by pushing it in here like so, that should go in. Sort of freaked my hand out there when it caught me, but anyway, it looks like it's going to play now, which is a good sign. And bam, just like that, we can see it's working, which is awesome. Now, what has to happen now? We had to, we have a pause in place. We can test those. We don't have a remote with it, so it's paused it. We can press play on it. It will continue to play it. Only other thing we should test is the rewind feature. This is kind of an important one, so you can see that it is rewinding. Obviously with VHS tapes, you can't start them from the beginning. They start from wherever they were last played from. So you have to rewind them all the way back, and I'm not sure if we can turn up the speed here on the rewind or not. Anyway, there we can see it is rewinding, and then we can also go ahead here and forward it as well, and we can test that feature as well. Bam, now we are forwarding it through Star Wars, one of my favorite movies as well. So we're gonna go ahead here and pause it. That will stop the rewind, perfect. We're gonna go ahead here and press play. I'm not even sure, whoa, hey Chewie. Anyway, last thing that we need to test is the stop and eject button, and then we're good to go on this system. So I'm just gonna simply press it like so. It's going to stop it. We get the blue screen back up, and we'll see if we get our tape back. That's always an important thing. It's taking a little bit of time here. I'm hoping that we're gonna get it out. I'm gonna press it again. It's probably been about 25 seconds. I pressed it again, now it's making some noises. Hey, there we go. That, I would say, is a successful test of a VHS player like this one. You can watch it for longer and everything, but again, that is going to take more of your time up, and you want to be able to move really quick on these systems. Here's a couple things to note. Obviously, if you're not doing a really full extensive test, you have to be okay with the customer coming back and saying that one feature doesn't work. In that case, you're just going to refund it right away and not hopefully put up a big deal about it. That's the case with video games as well. I test them all to some extent. Obviously, I can't play through the entire game. If there's something that's broken, some point of it, there's no way to really get around that, and there's no way that I could sit here for hours and play through every single game. It's the same sort of deal with these ones, though. You know, you can't watch the whole movie. You can't make sure that, I don't know, every feature is always working, especially on, you know, big systems. You can't really extensively test them, but you can definitely try every single button out, make sure that they're all working, and put in as much effort as you'd like. Definitely do the bare minimum though. Test the tape, make sure it plays. Test the forward rewind, the pause, the play, the stop, eject, the power button, obviously. You know, try plugging in, see if you can hear the audio or not. These are all really critical things. If those work for the most part, you should be okay on the system, I've found. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead here and test the other systems off camera. I just wanted to quickly showcase that somebody asked how I went ahead and tested these things, and that's it. That's it. You get a TV, plug them in. Pretty simple stuff. I got a couple more of these systems too to test. They're a little bit more intricate, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do them today or not. But we're gonna list these phones at some point as well. I tested those and they work, so I'm excited about that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Let's go ahead here and actually jump right into listing the phones, I think. Alright guys, it's actually the next day now, but I finished up listing all of the items. I listed the 2 phones, which are right in here, and all those accessories that come with them. This VHS player / recorder, and then we also got the DVD player right here. So I listed the DVD player for, I believe, $29.99 with the remote. I'm not sure where the remote went, actually. I gotta figure out where that went. Got, I think, $59.99 on the JVC is what I put it up for. Now, the comparables on those were a couple sold for around 60, 65 bucks, but there was one other one listed for 80, and I think there was another one more than that as well. So I put it up for that. I'm definitely beating all the available prices right now. And it's kind of close to the sold, so I think we're gonna sell it for something around there. And then the phones I put up for $39.99. May have to play around with the price there, but they were selling the individual ones for like 20, so I'm thinking we can get probably 40 bucks for the whole bundle. So heading over to the Momentum board, we got November 11th, which was 2 items. They came out to right around 100 bucks, plus or minus a few cents. So it was 40 plus 60 bucks. That will be good for that. And then November 12th, which is today, we got 1 item up. I know, kind of slacking, but that's okay. And we got, what did we put up? $29.99.
Or I'll just put it for $30 to keep things simple. By the way, I totally missed the last video when we did this. I just put the 7-Up for 80. The day before that, we had actually done those 3 other items, the headset, the phone, everything, for a total of $62.97. Totally missed out on those items, so I added those to the board there. That's why it was looking a little bit empty. But that's what we got going on here so far for November.
Alright, so I'm going to end the video there. Really hope that you guys enjoyed it. First of all, though, real quick, I'm going to plug myself here. The TikTok page is running, the Common Lad TikTok. Go follow it. I'm doing like daily updates, almost hourly actually, where I'm going to go ahead and post something. What are we working on? What are we listing? What just sold? If you want to follow that really closely, be sure to follow the TikTok page, as well as the Instagram page. Same sort of deal, story posts as well as regular posts, all talking about the flips that I'm working on. I know I skipped out on the Goodwill auctions as well. I'm just remembering that now. I decided on those that I wasn't going to go for any of them, as I mean, I could have spent the money on them, but I didn't want to have to deal with all the inventory. I didn't want 200, 300 more games coming in here right now, because we have so much stuff that I feel like we should just deal with right now, kind of like a death pile starting. So I really want to get that stuff all up for sale, listed before we move on here and buy a whole bunch more games. We also probably have a few hundred games in stock that had to be listed, as well as like a couple hundred that need to go through refurbishing. Speaking of which, I want to buy the JFJ machine next episode. Really pumped about that, and I hope you guys will come along for the ride there. Anyway, that's it for this video. Showed a couple sales and how to test DVD players, VHS players, all that fun stuff. Hopefully you guys found that useful, and I will see you guys all in the next video.